So it looks like Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2 has officially been announced for the PC via Steam. I was really looking forward to this. I was talking about it before. You can sign up for the playtest that is supposed to be starting soon. And there's a little bit of information on the Steam page. First of all, the minimum system requirement is a 64-bit processor and operating system using Windows 10 64-bit with an Intel i7 8700 or an AMD Ryzen 5 3500X processor. That seems a little high, so I'm assuming these are just placeholders at the time because there's no way I can believe that the processor has to be that high. But using 8 gigabytes of RAM, that's pretty standard for basic minimum parts. A GeForce GTX 970 or an Radeon RX 590 GPU as the minimum system requirements, and DirectX version 11. The recommended is Windows 10 64-bit once again, but with the AMD Ryzen 7 3800X or the Intel Core i5 10500. That seems extremely high, but then again, who knows how the optimization is going to be for this. Memory, of course, is 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's pretty standard for recommended memory specs. And then the graphics is a GeForce RTX 2060 and a Radeon RX Vega 56. Now, personally, I use a GTX 1070, and my wife has a AMD Radeon RX for 84 gigabyte card. So considering they don't have the gigabytes for the card itself, I don't know. I don't remember if Steam normally does this, but I'm assuming all these specs are just placeholders at the moment while they do these play tests. Hopefully so, because like I said, this seems a little high for some of these things. But there's also recent events and announcements on the Steam page. So one thing they were talking about is for the basic controls. And on this, obviously, they're Japanese developers. They don't speak English or type it as well. I mean, it's not their native language. It's to be expected. You can kind of understand what they mean for most of it anyways. So looking at it, you can either play with the mouse and keyboard or you can plug in a controller. And apparently the default controller is the Xbox controller. So I was a little surprised at that, but of course you could always plug in the PlayStation controller and it would work just fine. UASD, obviously it's going to be the movements controls. It's the left stick, quote unquote. G is to use the scope, which is kind of interesting personally. It's a little strange to me. T is to see the ally information. And then you also have space to use top speed, which I assume to mean thruster because it does have the tap twice for the emergency evasion for some MS. The scroll wheel is how you would go through your weapons on the mouse. A basic attack, of course, is using the left button, and then the grab stick seems a little weird. I don't understand what that means exactly. It says when using virtual stick. I don't know what that means. That's a little. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But you can also select your weapons using the number keys on the keyboard. Makes sense. Pretty standard. The show the player list is using tabs so you can see who's in the match. Special weapons using the Q button. I wonder what the special weapons are supposed to be. Not entirely sure because all your weapons you have to swap over to. But then there's the jump and ascend, which they're using on shift, which is a little strange. If we can change controls, which I'm assuming we can, I'm going to change the thrust to shift and then the jump and ascend to space. It seems like it'd probably make more sense. Personally to me, because I like FPS controls. But they also have crouch and descend attached to control, left control. Makes sense. I understand that. They have signal over on Z. Not entirely sure what's the signal they're talking about, but you can also use the simple chat windows for X, C, and V. So that makes sense for the signal then, for like stealthy units. Of course, then they have the basic pilot controls as well. To show the player list is the same. Jump and ascend, top speed are the same. And then you can change your weapon using left alt or by using the number keys. Basically, everything looks to be almost identical. They have the special action as F, so I assume that means planting the bomb or using the using the beacons to call in airstrikes. That's cool. Or support strikes, I should say. But there's really not a whole lot different for that, so I'm not going to go over that too much. And there's also a little bit more on here as well, talking about the differences between the management teams for Steam and the console ports on PS4 and PS5. So the update schedule, they say Steam will be a little bit later than the PS4 and PS5. That means the update files will be released later, the application will be updated a little bit later, the supply drop lineup will be updated later as well, and any buffs or nerfs to units and their weapons, and new materials for the DP counter and recycle ticket counters will be a little bit later as well. And same with the game rule updates for each match. So that must mean like when it rotates the playlist, I would assume. And the content below will be different for Steam and the PS4. The event and the campaigns will be different. The weekly weekend battle, the clan matches, and the clan reward collection periods. But there's also a possibility of chance for the changes of the schedule on Steam as well. So there'll be more information on the Steam store page or the update history. That's pretty standard. And the reset timing of login bonus and daily tasks. The reset timing for Steam will be every day at 5 JST for the login bonus and the daily bonus as well. And the monthly task will be the first day of every month at 4:59. And one thing that's kind of to be expected, a little disappointing, is there's no cross-play or cross-save between Steam and the console version. So there will be no cross-playing, cross-save. Of course, they understand that some users on the console version are looking forward to play with their own save data on Steam. I'm assuming that's probably more of a thing over on the Japanese side. Also, looking forward to let experienced players on the console version will have to try GBO2 by keyboard and mouse on Steam. That's just the way they worded it. And new users in the future who are interested in GBO2 but missed a chance to play GBO2, the new start in GBO2 on Steam. We will bring you all our best effort to GBO2. Come join and enjoy. So yeah, some of the, like I said, the English is a little broken up, is to be expected, but hey, I think overall it did good. Since my last video kind of took off with over 1,000 views, I greatly appreciate everyone who showed up for that, gave it a like and subscribe for that. Definitely I will be playing some GBO2 on the PC. I'll be uploading videos for GBO2 on the PC and possibly the PS4 version as well. I do not have a PS5. But we have Gundam Evolution's playtest starting tonight as I am recording this video in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to end up having to do some videos on that because I've been really looking forward to that. Yeah, if you do enjoy Mobile Suit Gundam content, GBO2, Gundam Evolution, so on and so forth, please consider subscribing down below. I'm going to start uploading a little bit more in this channel as well. I do run 2 different channels. And if you did enjoy the video as well, give it a like below. And I hope to see you guys next time.